Welcome, everyone. Let's get started. Today we are unpacking one of the most pivotal dates in modern technology history, April 7th, 2026, the day the cybersecurity world changed forever. Let's dive into our first topic, the events of April 7th, 2026. On this day, Anthropic announced its most powerful AI model ever, Claude Mythos Preview. However, instead of launching it to the public, they instituted a blackout, deliberately withholding general access. Why? Because during testing, Mythos proved it could autonomously discover and exploit zero-day vulnerabilities across all major operating systems and web browsers. Anthropic realized that releasing this model publicly would be like handing a weapon of mass disruption to anyone with an internet connection. Instead of an open release, they restricted the model entirely to a defensive coalition, keeping it out of the public domain. Looking at this flowchart, we can see the decision-making process. On April 7th, Anthropic announced Mythos. But during safety evaluations, it demonstrated autonomous zero-day hacking capabilities. This triggered a high global security risk assessment. As a result, the standard path to a public release was blocked, leading to the blackout and a pivot to restricted consortium access only. What exactly triggered this blackout? The catalyst was the raw capability of Claude Mythos Preview. It isn't just an incremental update, it's a massive leap in reasoning and software engineering. To give you the basics, it scored a staggering 93.9% on the SW Bench verified coding benchmark, far surpassing the 80.8% scored by Opus 4.6. Why is this so alarming? Because this coding proficiency translates directly into offensive cyber capability. It doesn't just read code, it autonomously navigates systems, finding logic flaws and bypassing memory protections. In deep dive evaluations, the UK AI Security Institute found that it succeeded on 73% of expert-level capture-the-flag tasks and even completed a full 32-step corporate network attack simulation autonomously. This diagram contrasts the capabilities. Opus 4.6 had a respectable 80.8% on SW Bench, providing standard coding assistance. But Mythos jumps to 93.9%, unlocking autonomous cyber reasoning. This newly unlocked reasoning branches directly into elite offensive capabilities, like a 73% success rate on expert-level CTFs and the ability to execute complete 32-step network takeovers. The primary threat realized on April 7th was the collapse of the patching window. Historically, the gap between a vulnerability being introduced and discovered was measured in years. For example, Mythos autonomously found a 27-year-old remote crash vulnerability in OpenBSD, an operating system famous globally for being security hardened. Why is this a paradigm shift? Because traditional human researchers take months to find such flaws, but Mythos does it in minutes. In our deep dive, we see it also found a 16-year-old flaw in FFmpeg, a universal video library. Astonishingly, automated fuzzing tools had hit that exact line of code 5 million times and never caught the problem. The AI's semantic reasoning succeeded where brute force math failed. Follow this timeline. A bug is introduced and decades pass. Even with advanced traditional fuzzing running 5 million tests, the bug remains hidden. Then, in April 2026, Mythos applies semantic analysis to the code. What took humans and standard tools decades to miss, the AI uncovers in mere minutes. This completely breaks the traditional cybersecurity lifecycle. Anthropic didn't just announce a problem, they announced a solution. To counter the blackout of public access, they launched Project Glasswing. This is an elite defensive coalition made up of tech titans like AWS, Apple, Cisco, CrowdStrike, Google, and Microsoft. How does it work? These partners are granted exclusive access to Mythos to rapidly scan and patch the foundational software of the internet, beating adversaries to the punch. To fuel this massive, closed-door patching sprint, Anthropic pledged $100 million in model usage credits, plus another $4 million directed to open-source security organizations. It's a race against time to fix the internet. This architectural graph shows how Project Glasswing operates. Claude Mythos sits at the top, accessible only via a restricted API. The access flows to cloud providers, security firms, and open-source maintainers. Each of these pillars uses the AI to scan and patch their respective domains, ultimately converging at the bottom to create a hardened global digital infrastructure. Let's do a technical deep dive into exactly how Mythos thinks, using the 16-year-old FFmpeg bug it found. Developers used a very standard C code snippet, memset, table -1 size. This fills memory with 0xFF, setting 16-bit integers to 65,535 to act as a placeholder or sentinel value. Mythos read this and instantly spotted a logic gap. It realized that an attacker could craft a malicious video frame containing exactly 65,536 slices. If they do that, the valid slice index of 65,535 perfectly collides with the sentinel value. The decoder gets tricked, thinks a dummy slice is real, and executes a critical out-of-bounds memory write. This is deep, multi-step semantic reasoning that automated tools simply cannot do. Here is the logic flow of the exploit. The top path shows the system initializing the table to 65535. The bottom path shows the malicious video input generating a slice index of exactly 65535. When these hit the collision check in the center, the system suffers a logic failure. It accepts the malicious input as a valid sentinel, leading directly to the out-of-bounds memory write. Finding a bug is only half the battle. The true danger of Mythos lies in autonomous exploit chaining. It doesn't just find where the code crashes, it writes the actual weaponized proof-of-concept exploit. Modern systems have deep defenses, so hackers have to chain multiple minor bugs together. Mythos does this natively. It can chain one bug to bypass memory randomization, KSLR, use another to read memory, and a third to execute a heap spray, ultimately granting itself full root access. To put this in perspective, on the Firefox browser, the previous model, Opus 4.6, only managed to write a working exploit twice out of hundreds of tries. Mythos succeeded 181 times. It is a fully automated exploit generator. This sequence diagram illustrates exploit chaining. The AI first attacks bug 1 to bypass security and reveal the memory layout. Using that new intelligence, it launches a second attack, a heap spray, followed instantly by a third, a use after free exploit. By linking these three distinct vulnerabilities, the target system is forced to grant root privileges. The AI orchestrates this entire sequence without human help. Let's apply this to a real-time, highly critical use case, machine speed defense. Threat actors will inevitably get their hands on open-weight models with these capabilities soon. To survive, enterprises must deploy defensive AI now. Imagine integrating a Mythos-class model directly into your cloud security posture management pipeline. This defensive agent continuously scans your repositories 24/7. When it identifies a complex exploit chain, it doesn't just alert you. It generates a predictive patch and suggests the code fix before the vulnerability is ever exploited. This is critical because human speed triage simply cannot scale to the massive volume of bugs that AI will uncover. Security operations must be fully automated. Let's trace this defensive workflow. Code is continuously committed and instantly scanned by an AI security agent. If a vulnerability is found, the AI autonomously simulates the exploit to understand the risk, then immediately generates a predictive patch. This patch is handed to a human for rapid review and deployment. If no bug is found, it goes to production. This creates a secure, machine-speed development lifecycle. To conclude, the blackout of April 7, 2026, marked a permanent paradigm shift. The era of human-paced security is over. We are now in an era of machine versus machine warfare. Organizations must prepare immediately. First, you must collapse your patching windows, moving from relaxed 30-day cycles to rapid, automated enforcement. Second, implement strict zero-trust and identity security to prevent AI agents from moving laterally across your networks. Finally, shift left by integrating frontier AI into your development lifecycle, letting the AI break your own code before hackers do. To master these concepts and future-proof your career, I invite learners to like, subscribe, and visit quicktechie.com for premium certification prep, including Q&A banks, full ebooks, audiobooks, full-length training, and interview guides. Our final diagram maps out your enterprise survival strategy. The core plan requires automated patching, zero-trust identity, shift-left AI testing, and a machine-speed security operations center. All of these strategic pillars feed directly into your organization's ability to survive the coming vulnerability tsunami. Secure your infrastructure today.
To find related ebook and other material for this training course, go to quicktechie.com. Now you will see all the video courses are available here. So let's move to the ebooks. you can go here, ebooks, all AI related ebooks, like you are watching currently Mythos related training, that ebook would be uploaded under this section. You can download this ebook. PDF would be available, all 300-page PDF. So you just click on the download this entire ebook, you can download from this section. So whatever training you are currently listening, corresponding ebook would be available. We have thousands of ebooks available. Now, other than that, we have on video courses which you are watching right now. This also all AI related courses are available. Similarly, for all company related trainings are available, like Microsoft, you can find it here with their respective certification training modules. All exam simulators which would help you to get the certification preparation. Just refresh if you get this kind of error. Okay, so now you can see these are all certification preparation materials. Will also be click here to the NVIDIA certification preparation material. So you can see all NVIDIA certification preparation materials, and click on any of this and it would load the entire screen and you can launch the practice paper. So this is what you can see, that you can submit the answer. We have an audiobooks available. Okay, so for each section, and these are our alumni who can you can find out all alumni who are accessing our portal